What if you could live in Italy? Eat incredible food every day, walk through historic towns, enjoy a Mediterranean lifestyle, and spend less than many people do back home? Sounds impossible? Not in 2026. Why Italy? Before we go town by town, you need to understand why Italy is actually an interesting option right now in 2026. Because some things have genuinely changed, and some advantages are still firmly in place. Reason 1. The 7% flat tax for foreign retirees. This is real, and it is still one of the best retirement tax incentives in Europe. If you're a foreign retiree receiving pension income from abroad, whether that's a U.S. Social Security check, a U.K. pension, a Canadian pension, and you move to certain qualifying municipalities in southern Italy, you pay a flat 7% on all your foreign income for up to 10 years. That's it, 7%, flat. Reason 2, the elective residency visa is still accessible. Italy's elective residency visa allows non-EU citizens to move to Italy without needing to work there, as long as you can prove passive income. As of 2026, you need to demonstrate roughly 31,000 euros per year for a single person, or around 38,000 for a couple. These figures do adjust slightly over time, so always verify with the Italian consulate closest to you. Reason 3. The South is still dramatically underpriced. Rental prices in smaller southern towns are still, and I want to emphasize still because prices have risen, genuinely affordable. We're talking 350 to 600 euros per month for a furnished apartment in many of the towns. Number 1. Calabria. Calabria is the cheapest region in mainland Italy, period. We're talking apartments for 350 to 550 euros per month. A full meal at a trattoria for 8 euros, wine for 2 euros a bottle. If your only metric is cost, Calabria wins. But here's the truth nobody on Instagram shows you. Calabria is cheap because it's been economically devastated for decades. The 'Ndrangheta, the Calabrian mafia, still operates here, not in some dramatic movie way, in a quiet, systemic way that affects job creation, infrastructure investment, and why certain buildings stay abandoned for 20 years. Realistic monthly total approximately 840 to 1,330 euros per month. For a couple, add roughly 40 to 50% more, so you're looking at 1,200 to 1,900 euros for two people living comfortably, not luxuriously, comfortably. Number 2, Sicily, the giant, complex, endlessly fascinating island, and yes, still genuinely affordable if you know where to go. But the interior of Sicily, the villages of the Nebrodi Mountains, the towns of the Sicilian hinterland, that's where the real value lives. The street markets, the Ballarò and the Capo, are unlike anything in Western Europe. The food is extraordinary, the architecture is a UNESCO-listed Baroque fever dream, the nightlife is real and lively. It is also cheap by major European city standards, but not the cheapest in Sicily. Realistic monthly budget for Palermo City for a single person. One-bedroom apartment in a reasonable neighborhood, avoid the tourist center for best value, 450 to 700 euros per month. Palermo monthly total approximately 980 to 1,460 euros for one person. Number 3, Basilicata. Home to Matera, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities on Earth, and Potenza, the highest regional capital in Italy. Matera is famous now. The Saucy Caves were a UNESCO site, is one of the most extraordinary places I have ever seen in my life. Then it suddenly became a James Bond filming location. Matera deserves a moment of explanation for those who don't know it. But here's what others miss. Drive 20 minutes from Matera and you're in a different world. The villages of the Murgia, Ferrandina, Grassano, Tricari, these places are half the price with 90% of the beauty. And outside of the now touristified Saucy district itself, Matera is genuinely, surprisingly affordable. Monthly budget breakdown. Matera. One-bedroom apartment outside the saucy tourist zone, 350 to 550 euros per month. Matera monthly total, approximately 790 to 1,210 euros per month. The running joke in Italy is that Molise doesn't exist. It's the second smallest region. Nobody knows anyone from Molise, and that's exactly why it's cheap. Campobasso, Isernia, the villages of the Matese Mountains. You can buy a habitable house here for 30,000 euros, not a €1 house that needs 100,000 in renovations, a real livable home. But here's why it's cheap. Young people have been leaving Molise for 50 years. The population is aging and shrinking. In some villages, the average age is over 70. The schools are closing, the bars are empty by 9 p.m. Molise monthly total, approximately 670 to 1,040 euros per month. This is comfortably the lowest range on our list for a regional capital. The hard truths about Molise. Very few foreigners live here. The English-language expat community in Molise, as of 2026, is genuinely tiny. We're talking potentially dozens of people in the entire region. You will be pioneering. There's a romance to that for certain types of people. For others, it means you're building your entire social network from scratch, in Italian. Transport connections are limited. There's no major airport. Trains to Rome take 2 to 3 hours and run infrequently. Having a car is essentially mandatory for anything outside of Campobasso itself. Number 5. Abruzzo. The region National Geographic called Europe's last wilderness. Abruzzo is the bridge between north and south. Wolves and bears still roam the mountains, and it's still affordable. Abruzzo has mountains and coast, within an hour of each other in many cases. It has the Gran Sasso, the highest peak in the Apennines. It has Abruzzo National Park, one of Italy's oldest and most beautiful. It has the Adriatic beaches. It has Pescara, a lively coastal city. It has hundreds of ancient hilltop villages with staggering scenery. And it is genuinely and significantly cheaper than Tuscany, Umbria, the Veneto, or Liguria, the other regions foreigners tend to think of for authentic Italian countryside living. Abruzzo interior monthly total, approximately 845 to 1,300 euros per month. Pescara, the largest city and main transport hub, is slightly more expensive, but still well below the Italian average. Budget 1,100 to 1,600 euros for one person there. Number 6. Sardinia. Wait, isn't Sardinia expensive? Costa Surmelba, Porto Cervo, billionaire yachts? Yes, the coast is for the wealthy, but the interior of Sardinia, Barbagia, Ogliastra, the mountains around Nuoro, is one of Italy's last hidden bargains. The interior of Sardinia, particularly the Barbagia region, the Ogliastra, and areas around Nuoro, is genuinely remote, genuinely beautiful, and genuinely cheap, and it has an extraordinarily unique cultural identity. The Barbagia area has the highest concentration of centenarians in the world. It's one of Dan Buettner's famous blue zones, where people routinely live past 100. Researchers attribute this to diet, pace of life, social connection, and the extraordinary clean air and low-stress environment. Sardinian interior monthly total, approximately 840 to 1,140 euros per month. Number 7. Puglia. Wait, isn't Puglia expensive now? Everyone's moving there. Yes and no. Here's the distinction that will save you thousands. Ostuni, Poliano a Mare, Monopoli, and the Salento Peninsula are done. They're beautiful, but they're priced for international buyers. But Puglia is still much cheaper than northern Italy, and certain parts of Puglia, particularly northern Puglia around the Gargano Peninsula and the Foggia province, and inland areas away from the tourist trail, remain excellent value. Puglia has the best infrastructure in southern Italy. Bari and Brindisi airports connect to everywhere. The healthcare in Bari is excellent. The food culture is obsessive. This is where Italians come to eat. And the sea, some of the cleanest in Italy. Monthly total, approximately 950 to 1,440 euros per month.